Oh, it's not a cut.
It's like a small TV screen in here. That's about 40 degrees. What? This is nice. That's right, this side.
Ah.
Oh, look at the mountains, man. I'm not sure we can walk that far alongside it. No, this is not going to work. No, I think the other side is better. I think my sister. I'm gonna get nice exercise today.
Oh yeah, work a whole lot today.
We can either walk against it, but I'd rather walk a bit away from it. You can see it from a distance. You can get a nice view of the city.
Magic.
Oh, it looks good, eh? I'm gonna say, you're out of breath, mate. How old? Not the wires here for. Keep the cows in place. Spoils.
Yeah.
Spoils it. I just zoomed past it. Oh, in 10 years time this place is finished and then I can come and show my children I were here when it was built.
Now this is what I came for.
This is nice houses, mate. Very nice.
So can you edit with that camera?
I can.
You can.
Yeah, it's possible. You can put letters inside and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, this is great. Don't see the wall. There's the wall. Snap it up. Now for the lion. Really much more modern.
Yeah.
And the people were rude.
Yeah, right.
So knock knock, are we gonna ring? Bow and arrow holes and made them like that.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
You get a lot of
Yeah,
these
the
in
holes.
South Africa.
Yeah?
Also looks like it almost for keeping the waters and stuff. You want to say something? Lovely turn, eh?
Dangerous turn too.
I tell you. Oh, look at this picture, mate. Oh, that's beautiful. Sunrise. Yeah, they built in some glass panels. And the walls down there. Which way?
This one.
This one. You think? Right. Just not in front of this car. Oh, I said not in front of this car. Hi ladies. Real nice modern buildings.
Hang on.
I've got it in my hand.
Look. What was night? 12? Yeah. Right one.
This must be in 3 languages.
Yeah.
Which is English. I don't know. So.
Your heart. Jeez.
You see when you can sit with your just on the thing. Hi people! Oh, you must see this image through the camera, man. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Picks up all this. Graveyard. Oh, I think I don't like the dark. Just don't. It's the first under roof graveyard I've seen.
Yeah.
Protected by rain. This is magnificent, eh? This is magnificent. Oh, we're going to get a nice photo from down there.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Push it up.
Bit cold night tonight.
Look, there's something in the water also. No. Too dark. What the hell is it? It's like an eel or something. Oh no, it's a duck. It's a duck.
Too dark.
Yeah, my camera just blurs out.
Plus there's light everything else in here.
Oh, there's something on top of the mountain.
Oh, that's the restaurant?
Yeah,
That was there.
some lights and stuff up there. Listen, 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 listen. Can you zoom to there?
Hey?
Can you zoom up there?
Yeah, I can.
Excellent. This is an atmosphere, huh?
Yeah. This is how I imagine European towns to be. There's no, it's like,
Rollerblading,
yeah.
my favourite sport.
I've never tried it.
You never tried
I've
it?
I've tried skating, obviously, but
That is, if you can rollerblade, you can ice skate, you
Yeah.
can snowboarding, all of that. This is a boat, mate.
there's the. They're really friendly here, really courteous.
I tell you, this is like no place on earth. Relax, relax, don't do it.
But it's not a party atmosphere, but it's got, you know,
Culture.
It's got something to it as well.
It's got culture to it.
Oh, how's it going in?
Classy. I luckily caught it this afternoon from the bus also. Otherwise, it would have been sad. Yeah, you can clearly see it. It's been burned.
Surprised they haven't stained it.
Yeah. They should have, hey?
Yeah.
Should have looked very nice then. Cheers. This one has been burned. 58, eh? There's a lot of things. 59.
See these ones aren't painted either.
Fuck off, asshole. I'm rude, eh? This one's got glass. Good. Wonder what is the previous one? This one's nice, eh?
Huh? Little fish bits. Yeah, they're not paint.
Are they?
They're not paint.
Alright.
They're fish bits. I think you're some idiot decided
The battery's almost flat. It's gonna be just bad. Some massive lot of things. Echo! It's like 120, so it starts 1 to 60 and then it's 60 back. There's a lot of them, eh? Should have been a shame if it burned down. Oh, blank. This is magnificent, eh? Look at the castle at the top there. Jump. Oh, swan. Beautiful, huh? Beautiful. Border, Swiss border.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just have to go and get your tax form stamped for those of you that got stuff in Switzerland yesterday. There are bathrooms in the building on the right hand side, sort of just behind the coach. It is quite a long stop till our next stop, maybe 2.5, 3 or so hours. So if you do need to go, please do use them. However, there's only about 2 bathrooms, so it takes forever. So, you know, just weigh up what you'd prefer to do.
Oh, die laaste?
Ja, dat is het.
Perfume, no showers, and an immense amount of wealth. So Louis XIV dies, and he's left France in an incredibly strong state with some of the most amazing buildings the world had ever seen. And along comes Louis XV. And poor old Louis XV, he didn't really do much that was too right. So you've got the Third Estate, who by this stage are starting to get really, really snarky because they're pretty poor, all bonding together. And it wasn't just the peasants, which is a common held misbelief. It was also people like the lawyers and the doctors.
I just want to catch that call.
Hey, Travis,
kind of document in 1918 with Palace and Gardens are. We'll drop you off, for those of you that want to stay at Lusern, we can drop you off there, and the rest of you will drop you off in town, and then tomorrow afternoon we'll pick you up and take you back to the hotel, get changed, and we can go for dinner. Tonight we'll do a bit of map orientation on the coach so you know where things are and how Paris works. It's not a difficult city to get around in at all. It's very beautiful, very wide streets, everything's well marked. It's called the Peripherique, it's the ring road of Paris. So basically the centre of Paris, you can see there's apartments in there. What I mean, the 6-storey grey slate roofs, that's a very old style apartment, very typical of central Paris. So there's this huge ring road that just hoons around Paris, and that's the feeder, the traffic feeder. You can imagine traffic in this city, as you can see if you look out the windows, an absolute nightmare. You know, millions of people living in a city that was never ever built for a car. But it is absolute.
Hello. Flippin' klein. Switch. Hy waar is die telkaart? Want om die ligte aan te sit met ons die telkaartie. Ja, is eers toilet hier nie voor. Is agter die deur. Oh ja.
Garnier, and he finished that in 1872, and you can see it's done in a very classical kind of Baroque, almost neoclassicism style. And the busts along the top are of all famous different composers whose pieces of music are all performed in that opera house. And it's almost like honeycomb, if you like, underneath the city. And these underground sewers are still used today, 200 years later. They still use the same basic foundation of von Haussmann's sewers. And that really turned Paris into the jewel, if you like, of Europe, because it was the first capital city in Europe to regain the knowledge and to have underground sewers. So it took away the stench that you can imagine would be in a city during those times when there were no underground sewers at all. Beyond that is a Palais Royal, and the Palais Royal, another cardinal, Louis XIV's cardinal called Mazarin, became very, very famous for having debauched parties. He would have, you know, all his mates over, there'd be gambling, drinking, songs, women, wine, the whole bit. And he was very much into the theatre and the arts, and he was the gentleman that established the Comédie Française, which is still one of Paris's major theatres today. And as we go through these archways, we're going to enter into the courtyard of the Louvre, the famous Palace of Paris, that is now, some say the largest art gallery in the world, some say the second largest behind the Hermitage, which is in St. Petersburg. It completely depends on your definition of art gallery, to be honest. But if you took 30 seconds to have a look at every piece of art that is in here, you would be going around these corridors for 9 months. Okay, and that's the entry in the courtyard over to the left. Can you imagine that palace being too small? Well, it was. The glass pyramid that you see there was put up in '89, and it was designed by a gentleman called I.M. Pei, and I'll talk about him a little bit more, because for the time being I would like you to divert your attention to the right hand side, and you'll see a beautiful little arch, and that's called the Arc de Triomphe du Carrousel. And can you see the quadriga of horses on the top? Does it look familiar? Venice, exactly right. Because when Napoleon seized Venice, he took the quadriga of horses and put it on top of the Arc de Triomphe de Carrousel, and in 1815, when the Congress of Vienna was signed, those horses went back to Venice, and they're now a replica. But back to the courtyard and the famous pyramid outside the front. In the 80s, Mitterrand, who was the president at the time, decided that the French, and particularly the Parisians, needed to continue on with their artistic tradition, because Paris has been home to some of the greatest painters in the world, including Van Gogh, which we talked about earlier. And so he decided that they should have a new, trendy, modern, artistic entryway for the Louvre, and that pyramid was built by I.M. Pei, and the Parisians hated it. Just while I'm talking, have a quick look to the left, look down the river. Oh, and look to the right, look down the river. It's absolutely beautiful. 666 is known as the number of the devil, and as a result, it was very, very, very controversial when it was built. But now the Parisians have grown to love it, and that is the main entryway into the Louvre. And underneath the Louvre there is a shopping centre as well called Louvre de Carrousel. That is not the entryway to use on your museum card, and if you're going there tomorrow, I'll come down tomorrow morning and mark the entry to use on your maps. Because the group entry, as you're looking at the courtyard, is on the left-hand side. In the courtyard, in the actual gallery arcade, on the left-hand side. Okay? But I'll show you that on your maps tomorrow if you like. As you look down this river is called the Seine, or the Seine River. It crosses the city of Paris. It cuts it in half, pretty much. We were on the right bank, we're now coming into the left bank, which is known primarily as the Latin Quarter, and it's because further down the river, the university called the Sorbonne was established in 1252. It was set up for 12 theological students, and these students were originally taught in Latin, and they spoke Latin, as all students of the Sorbonne University did, until after the Reign of Terror and the French Revolution, when they started to use French. And that is why that area still today is called the Latin Quarter, and it's got heaps of little cafes, bistros, bookshops, artist shops, galleries. It's called Ile de la Cité, and it is in Ile de la Cité that in the 3rd century BC a tribe called the Parisi lived. The Romans came through, found their name was the Parisi, and that's when the city of Paris got its name and became Paris, and the Parisians became Parisians. The Seine has 36 bridges crossing it. We will see a few of them tonight, and the majority of them were built by Napoleon, and they were named after his escapades. And if you look to the right, you can see these little green things on the edge of the river. They're actually book stands, and tomorrow they open them up and and they sell all these different books and postcards and comics, and they're quite neat as well. The majority of them are in French, but you know, if you want to get a little French comic, an Asterix and Obelisk or something like that, it's quite a neat souvenir to take home with you as well. And if you look to the left hand side, you can see there's a gallery shop, and you can see what I mean by they have all these nice sort of arty bits and pieces around in the Latin Quarter. It's an absolutely stunning area. With those stones, they have long since been replaced, but they did pave it with those stones so that the people could forever tread on the old regime and it would never ever happen again. The Louvre itself has been there since the 1100s, and it was first started to be built by Francois I, and he's the gentleman who you may remember from talking about Leonardo da Vinci and those kind of people. He is a gentleman that managed to get the Mona Lisa. And the Mona Lisa is in there, and it is the most famous work of art in there, and she's exceptionally small. She's covered in glass, and she's always got a million people swarming around her, but it is nevertheless an absolutely beautiful painting. So you may want to go in and have a look at that. There's also the statue of Venus. There's a Greek statue that they found, peasant farmer found, that has no arms on it. That's in there as well. It's beautiful. The gardens that you can see that are coming up on your right hand side that are at the front of the Louvre are the Tuileries Gardens. And they're the gardens that the Swiss Guards were killed in when Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette fled Paris. They were called Tuileries because they were based on an old tile work, and Tuileries was the old French word for tile. And Catherine de Medici, who was one of the Italian women who married into the French family, she was the one that commissioned those gardens, and they were originally set up in a very, very Italian style. However, later they were redone by a very famous French gardener called Le Notre, and now they're in a very typical French Parisian style, and they really are one of the nicest places in Paris to go through for a wander through. They're absolutely stunning. This building that you can see on the left hand side was a train station, and until the late 1980s it was used as such. However, electric trains started to get longer and longer.